Welcome, mates. Say Mangeya, the mates ego. Right. So this one is it's a specimen paper for ZIMSEC O level mates paper 2. Then after watching this video, please subscribe, share this nice powerful video, then share with others, like the video, subscribe and subscribe. Let's get started. Then, when answering these questions, the first thing is to note the instructions. Note the instructions always, especially on the degree of accuracy. If it's not given, like this one, decimal answers which are not exact should be given correct to 3 significant figures unless otherwise stated. Answers in degrees should be given to 1 decimal place. Then also this one, omission of essential working will result in loss of marks. So step by step, no shortcuts in maths. Step by step, please. Then question number 1. Let's go right away to question number 1. As you can see on the screen, find the value of that one. This question is basically you have to use BODMAS or BOMDAS or PEMDAS, whichever you can use, still it works. So in this case, I can use BODMAS, brackets of. First, you can deal with what is inside the brackets. Then after that, you can divide in this case with 5/6, which is outside the brackets. So let me write it down. Then for 1 3/4, you say 4 times 1 plus 3. 4 times 1 is what? It's 4 plus 3 is 7. So it will be 7/4 plus 2 and 1/3 is 3 times 2 is 6 plus 1 is 7/3, like this. Then find the common denominator is 12 between 4 and 3. 4 into 12 is 3 times 7, the numerator, plus 3 times 12, 3 into 12 is 4, 4 times 7, the numerator. Then simplifying this one, what you get? 3 by 7 is 21 plus 4 by 7 is 28. 21 plus 28 is actually 49/12. So that's what is inside the brackets. They now divide by 5/6. Then dividing by 5/6, you have to invert. So introduce a multiplication, then invert here, because 5/6 here. So it says it will be 6/5. Then you say 6 into 6 is 1, 6 into 12 is 2. Then the numerator, it will be 49 times 1 is 49. Then over 2 by 5 is 10. Then 49 divided by 10 is actually 4.9. Done. Next question. Factorize completely. Y squared plus 10y minus 24. So this one, you multiply this value and this value. That's how you do it. Then to minus 24y squared, like this. Then you find two numbers. Which when you multiply, they give you 24. So they must be the factors of 24. And when you add or subtract, they must give you plus 10y, which is the middle value. It's actually called the sum. Then the signs of the numbers, minus 24 is a product. So if the product is negative, then it means one of the numbers is positive and the other one is negative. Then 10y is plus 10y is the sum. If the sum is positive, it now means the bigger number is positive. So the sum will carry the sign of the bigger number. So it will be, let's start. It's try and error method for us to be able to find the factors. So the numbers gives us, which gives us 24. We can start from 2. 2 into 24 is 12. 2 and 12. 2 plus 12, 14. 10 minus 12 minus 2 is 10. So 2 and 12 can make sense here. They are the factors. So you write here y squared. You write. So it will be minus 2y plus 12y. That will give us plus 10y. And when you multiply, they will give us minus 24y squared. Then minus 24. Then you take 2 here. Y here, effect out on these two, effect out y here. It will be y minus 2. then plus, you factor out 12, then to be y minus 2. So y minus 2, the same. You write y minus 2 here as your final answer, then y plus 12, the values outside the brackets. Done. Then part B, item 2, factorize completely 27 minus 3x squared. Right? In all factorizations, please, first you have to consider the common factor. If there's a common factor on both values, first thing is to factor out that common factor. In this case, 27 and 3 is 3. So first factor out 3. So let's factor out 3 here. So it will be 3, then 9 minus x squared. Then 9 minus x squared is a difference of two squares. Difference of two squares, you factorize by taking the square roots of these numbers. So square root of 9 is 3. Square root of x squared is x. Then it will be 3 here. Then the other one, you just give a plus sign like this. So these are the factors you have factorized. Done. Next, question number 1c. It is given that f of x is equals 10 plus 3x minus x squared. These are called functions. These are called functions. Take note of that, right? These are functions. So how do you simplify functions? Right, so on this one, as you can see, if it's f of x is equal to this one, then you have x and x here. Then it's just common sense on this one. Actually, it's common sense. So if they say f of x, then they put x. Then if they can say f of 2, then it means where there's x, just put 2, just like that. So f of 2 here, it will be 10 plus 3. Then where there's x, you put what? You put 2. Then minus 2 squared. Where there's x, you put 2, like this. Then it will be 10 plus 3 by 2 is 6, minus 2 squared is 4. Then 10 plus 6 minus 4 is actually 12. So 12 is your answer. Done. Then find the values of x when f of x is equals to 0. Right, so you go up here. F of x is called this one, 10 plus 3x minus x squared. Then they are saying f of x, this value, is equals to 0. So just take this value, then you say is equals to 0. So where there's f of x, just put 0, just like that. So it will be 10 plus 3x minus x squared is equals to 0, like this. Then after that, you factorize this side. It will be, you multiply 10 times minus x squared. Then what do you get? You get minus 10x squared. Minus 10x squared. Then you find two numbers. Which one you multiply? They give you minus 10. When you add or subtract, they give you the middle value, which is plus 3x. Which are the numbers? So it's 5 and 2. 2 and 5. So these numbers, you find them by try and error method. You try them, the factors. So 5 and 2, it will be 10 minus, then the product is negative, minus 10x squared. So it means one of the numbers is negative and the other one is positive. So the sum plus 3x is positive, indicating that the bigger number is positive, which is 5 in this case. So you write plus 5x, then minus 2x, then minus x squared is equal to 0. Then take 2 here, this one and this one, this one and this one, you factorize. It will be on this one. Let me just factorize. Factor out 5 here. So factor out 5, you'll be left with 2 plus x here minus x here. It will be 2 plus x here is equals to 0. Then 2 plus x, 2 plus x, they are the same. It will be 2 plus x. Then the values outside the bracket is 5 minus x is equals to 0. Either 2 plus x is equals to 0 or 5 minus x is equals to 0. Then from this, you can conclude that, let me solve it here, is x is equals to 0 minus 2, or minus x is equals to 0 minus 5. Then x is equals to 0 minus 2 is minus 2, or minus x is equals to minus 5. Then you divide by minus 1 to get rid of this minus sign on x. X will be equal to 5. So x is equals to minus 2, or x is equals to 5. Done. Next question. Question number 2. Right, these are right angle triangles. Now, To solve right angle triangles, use either Pythagoras theorem or SOHCAHTOA or SOHCAHTOA. SOHCAHTOA, let me write it here. SOHCAHTOA. Right, or Pythagoras theorem. Then the first question is saying, calculate AB. AB, we can see it's the side which lies on triangle ABC. And on triangle ABC, we are given the two sides, which is 12 and 8. And we are being asked to find the third side. That one obviously is the Pythagoras theorem. So by Pythagoras, you say a squared plus b squared is equals to c squared, where this is always the longest side or the hypotenuse side, longest side or hypotenuse side. So, which is 12 in this case, right? So we can say ab squared plus 8 squared is equals to 12 squared. So ab squared plus 8 squared is equals to 12 squared. Then let's simplify to find AB. Then you say AB squared plus 8 squared is 64 is equals to 144. 12 squared. Then AB squared is equals to 144 minus 64. AB squared is equals to 144 minus 64. Your calculator, please just use the calculator, it's paper 2. So you say here 144 minus 64 is 80. You can also use a calculator like this one, still it works, right? So it's 80. So it's now AB squared is 80. Let me write it here. Then to remove the square, you put square root both sides. It will be AB is equals to root of 80. Let's just leave it like this. You can simplify sets, but let's just leave it like this, or you can leave it to 3 significant figures. You punch square root of 80. What do you get? Through 3 significant figures, it will be 8.94. But just leave it as root 80. I can put it as root 80. If I'm to use it later, I will use it as root 80. It's easier that way than to work with the decimals. Then next, A item 2, calculate CD. CD is this side here on triangle ACD. Right, if you can consider triangle ACD, you can find out that given this angle 46.5, CD is the opposite. So it's opposite 46.5. That's why it's called the opposite side. Then 12 is called the adjacent side, right? So we want to find the opposite given the adjacent, which is 12. So to find opposite and adjacent, where is there a relationship between opposite and adjacent? It's on tan, this one. It means tan of an angle, theta is opposite of adjacent. So where there's the relationship between opposite and adjacent is tan. So to find CD, you say tan 46.5 is equals to CD over 12. Tan 46.5 is equals to CD over 12. Tan 46.5 is equals to CD over 12. Then you cross multiply or you multiply by 12 here in this case, everything. So it will be 12 tan 46.5 is equals to CD. Then after that, you can just punch in your calculator and make sure that your calculator is in degrees mode, right? It's supposed to be in DEG mode. So it will be like this, DEG mode, as you can see there. Right, then it will be 12 tan 46.5 is 1.26 centimeters to 3 significant figures. Take note of our instructions. Then calculate the area of quadrilateral ABCD. Area of this quadrilateral ABCD, come up here. Right, you can see that this quadrilateral is made up of 2 triangles, right? 2 triangles, triangle ABC and triangle ACD. So this one you can call it shape A and shape B. So it's area of A plus area of B, and area of A, height is AB and base is 8. So you can use half base times height Then on the other side also, you can also use the same. So let me just do it here. So I can say area of ABC is equals to half base times height. Base is 8 times height is root of 80, like this. So this one you get 2 into 8 is 4. So it will be 4 root 80 square centimeters. That's the area of triangle ABC. Then the area of triangle ACD. Area of ACD triangle is half base times height. Base we can use 12 here times height. Height is CD. CD as I found it is 1.26. So it's 1.26 from the calculator. Then it will be half, so it will be 6 here. 2 into 12 is 6. 6 times 1.6. 6 times 1.26. What do you get? 7.56. So it's 7.56. So total area is 4 root 80 plus 7.56. 4 root 80 plus 7.56. Let me, 4 root 80 plus 7.56. But take note, all the working that I have done up there, you have to work it out here. That's why you have to work all the working here. Right? Then let me just find this in your calculator. Then it will be plus 4, then square root of 80. What do you get? 43.3. So it's 43.3 square centimeters to 3 significant figures. Done. Next question, 2b. 4 interior angles of a nonagon have a sum of 460. The remaining interior angles are equal. Find the size of each of the remaining angles. Right, first thing first. What you have to know first is the sum of interior angles of any polygon. Use n minus 2 times 180, like this. So it's n minus 2 times 180, where n is the number of sides or the number of angles. Sides and angles are always the same. So in this case, it's a nonagon. Nonagon, it has 9 sides, which means n will be 9. Then you find the size of the interior angles of this nonagon. Then you are given that 4 interior angles of the nonagon have a sum of this one. Then the remaining will be 9 minus 4, which is 5. So remaining 5 sides are equal. Right? So find the size of each of the remaining angles. So let's find the sum first. You put 9 here, minus 2 times 180. 9 minus 2 times 180 here. 9 minus 2 is 7. So it's 7 times 180. What do you get? You get 1260. 1260. Then this one is the total sum of all 9 angles. Then you can form a simple equation here. 4 of the angles, they are 460. The 4 interior angles of a nonagon have a sum of 460. So total is 460. These are 4. Then plus total of the remaining 5. We can call since they're all equal, so you can call the size of each can be x, right? And let the size of each angle of the 5 be x. So it will be 5 times x is equals to 1260. You see, so total of 6 or 4 plus total of 5, there will be 9 is equals to 1260. Then you form a simple equation. 5x is 1260 minus 460. So 1260 minus 460, what do you get? 800. 800. So 5x is equals 800. Then divide by 5, you get x is equals to, so divide by 5 here, you get 160. 160. So each is 160 degrees. Done. Then next, a shop sells a refrigerator at 540. In the previous year, the cost of the same type of a refrigerator was 8% less. Calculate the cost of the same type of the refrigerator in the previous year. Right, so a shop sells a refrigerator at 540. In the previous year, the cost of the same type was 8% less, which means the cost has been increased by 8% from the previous. So we don't know the previous year. What you do always, you say old price plus percentage of old price is equals to new price. So old price is not known, is the one that you want here. That's the cost price. So it will be x, so let it be x, so x plus 8% of x. Then by doing that we got 540, like this. Then it will be, you can multiply by 100 everything, it will be 100x plus 8x here is equals to 540, then 100, like this. Then 100x plus 8x is 108. X is equals to 540, 100. Then divide by 108, divide by 108 both sides. Then what do you get? 540, 00 divided by 108, you get 500. So it's 500, that's the original or the cost price of this refrigerator the previous year. Right, next question, number 3. It is given that M, these are brackets, please take note, these are brackets. Let me put brackets here of matrices. Like this. So they say it is given that M is called that one and N is called that one. Then find Mn, M times N. Right, you write your M here. So it's 8 minus 4 minus 5, 3 times N, which is 1, 3. You say row by column. Row by column. So you say 8 times 1 plus minus 4 times 3. 8 times 1 plus minus 4 times 3. Like this. Then you close. Then you go to the second row. So this one the first row and the column on this side. So second row and the column, minus 5 times 1 plus 3 times 3. Minus 5 times 1 plus 3 times 3. Then simplify further here. It will be 8 plus 1 is 8 plus minus 4 times 3 is minus 12 here. Then you close. Then down there, minus 5 times 1 is minus 5 plus 3 times 3 is 9. Then simplify further. You get 8 plus minus 12 is 8 minus 12 is minus 4. Then minus 5 plus 9 is 4. Positive 4. You take the sign of the bigger number always. Then find M the power minus 1. That's the inverse of M. So to find inverse, first you have to find determinant. So determinant of M, let me rewrite matrix M here, is 8 minus 4 minus 5, 3. Like this. So you say leading diagonal minus other diagonal. Leading diagonal is 8 and 3. 8 and 3. So you say determinant first of M, usually written as determinant of M, it can be like this. Put in there those lines. That means determinant when it comes to matrices, and in vectors it means magnitude of a vector. But matrices is a determinant of a matrix. So it will be 8 times 3 minus leading diagonal is minus 4 and minus 5. So you say minus 4 times minus 5, like this. Then it will be 24 minus, then minus 4 minus times minus 5 is 20. So it will be minus 20, then it will be equal to 4. Then inverse of M minus 1. Right, inverse, you say 1 over determinant, which is 4 in this case. Then interchange the elements of the leading diagonal. Interchange the elements of the leading diagonal. In this case, we have 8 and 3. So 8 and 3, it means 3 will be here, 8 will be here. Interchange them. Then change the signs of the other diagonal, which is minus 4 and minus 5. So minus 4 will be 4, minus 5 will be 5. This will be the inverse of M. Done. Next, find M squared. M squared is M times M. It's matrix M times matrix M, which is 8 minus 4 minus 5, 3. Let me just take it from here. So it's M is 8 minus 4 minus 5, 3. Then M squared, it means this matrix times this matrix twice. Like this. So use row by column. Row by column. So row in this one and column on this one. Let's simplify. You say, right, you say 8, change my ink, 8 times 8 uses first and first row. first row and first column, then first row and second column, then you do the same with the second row. Right, first row and first column, 8 times 8 plus minus 4 times minus 5. 8 times 8 plus minus 4 times minus 5. Like this. Then first row and second column, you say 8 times minus 4 plus minus 4 times 3. 8 times minus 4 plus minus 4 times 3. Then done. Then we go on to the second row. Second row and first column, you say minus 5 times 8 plus 3 times minus 5. Minus 5 times 8 plus 3 times minus 5. Like this. Then next, second row and second column, this one, is minus 5 times minus 4 plus 3 times 3. Minus 5 times minus 4 minus 4 here plus 3 times 3. Then just simplify now. So simplifying, let me simplify it here. It will be 8 times 8 is 64 plus minus 4 times minus 5 is 20. Then next, 8 times minus 4 is minus 32 plus minus 4 times 3 is minus 12. Like this. Then minus 5 times 8 is minus 40 plus 3 times minus 5 is minus 15. Then minus 5 times minus 4 is minus 20. It's 20, sorry. Minus times minus is plus. So it's 20 plus 3 times 3 is 9. Then let me just write my answer here. Right, 64 plus 20. 64 plus 20 is 84. Then minus 32 minus 12. You add 32 plus 12 is 44. But it will be minus. You take the sign of the bigger number. Then minus 40 plus minus 15 is minus 40 minus 15 is minus 55. Minus 20 plus 9. Minus 20. This one was 20. Sorry, it's 20. 20 plus 9 is 29 here. Because it was minus 5 times minus 4. It's actually 20, not minus 20. Then done. That will be the matrix. Next, question number 3. B. Express as a single fraction in its simplest form. Right. On this one is grade 3, grade 3 third term. These are fractions. So you find the common denominator here. Concept is the same. Common denominator 4 and 12 is 12. So you say 4 into 12 is 3. 3 times the numerator 2x minus 1. Put it in brackets, please. Use brackets. 12 into 12 is 1 times the numerator, put in brackets, 3x minus 5, like this. Then after that, maintain your denominator, which is 12. Remove brackets. 3 times 2x is 6x. Minus 3 times 1 is 3. Then minus 1 times 3 is minus 3x. Minus 1 times minus 5 is plus 5, like this. Then it will be, if we can collect like terms, 6x minus 3x is 3x. Minus 5 plus minus 3 plus 5 is plus 2. So that will be a final answer. So you write it here. Next, the area of a trapezium. The area of a trapezium is 63 square centimeters, and the sum of the length of the two parallel sides is 22.5 centimeters. Calculate the perpendicular distance between the two parallel sides. Right, area of a trapezium is half the sum of the two parallel sides times the perpendicular height. Half the sum of the two parallel sides, we can call them A plus B, times the perpendicular height. Trapezium is more like a shape like this. And this one with the height here. So these two parallel sides, these are A and B. So that's A and B. So in this case, we are given the area. So we say the area is given as 63. So just say half A plus B times H is equals to 63. Just form your simple equation. And we are given the sum of the two parallel sides is 22.5. So it will be half times 22.5, which means A plus B is 22.5. Then times height H is equals to 63. So we want to find the height, the distance between the two parallel sides. That defines the height. So in this case, it will be 22.5 divided by 2 is 11.25 is equal to 63. Then divide by 11.25 both sides, 11.25 both sides, you get your h is equals to 63 divided by 11.25 divided by 11.25 is 5 and 3 over 5, or we can write it as 5.6. So it's 5.6 centimeters. It's straight, right one, not even rounded off. It's just a straight answer. Then question number 4. In a survey, a class of 40 music students were taught to play mbira, piano and guitar. At the end of the course of their course, they were asked to state at least one of the 3 instruments they found enjoyable to play. Then the table shows the students' choices. The Venn diagram shows some of the numbers of students in each subset. Right, so I given the diagram there. Easy if you have already a Venn diagram. But actually, you are supposed to draw or to know how to draw that Venn diagram on your own from those statements given. Right, then question number 1. Find the values of W, X, Y, and Z. Let me just find them here. Right, W, X, Y, and Z. You come here. As you can see, we have used these values here. Mbira, the set of Mbira is 15. So Mbira, if you can say W plus 10 plus X plus 3 is equals to 15. It's equals to 18, so it's equals to 18. So you can't use that one now because they have 2 unknowns, W and X. Then piano, there are 14. Piano, it means X plus 3 plus Y plus 8 is equals to 14. We can't use it now. Guitar is 20. 20, it means Z plus W plus 3 plus Y is equals to 20. So we have lots of unknowns. Right, we move on here. Mbira only is 10 is given. Piano only is 8 is given. Then Mbira and guitar, right, we start with this one. Mbira and guitar is 6. Mbira and guitar is between Mbira and guitar here. So it's guitar here and Mbira. So Mbira and guitar is in between here. So it's W plus 3. So we say W plus 3 is equals to Mbira and guitar, which is 6 in this case. So from this, you can say W is equals to 6 minus 3. So W is equals to 3. So you find our W is actually 3. Done. Then move on to this one. Piano and Mbira. Piano and Mbira is 5. Piano and Mbira is 3 and X. So 3 and X must give you 5. 3 plus X is equals to 5. Then you get X is equals to 5 minus 3. X is equals to 2. So X is 2 here. We are done. We are left with Y and Z. Then we move further. Guitar, this one, for the guitar and piano, what is this? It's Y and 3. So Y plus 3 must give you the number of those who play guitar and piano. So you say Y plus 3, let me write here, Y plus 3 is equals to, guitar and piano is 4. So it will be Y is equals to 4 minus 3, Y is equals to 1. So where there's 1, Y you put 1 here, like this, done. Then you are left with Z. How can we get Z? Right, Z, we now use the set of guitar. We go up there where there's guitar here. Set for guitar, there are 20 in total. So if you can say 3 for W plus 3 plus 1 for Y plus Z must give you 20. So you say 3, or let me say W plus 3 plus Y plus Z is equals to 20. Then on W, we got it as 3 plus 3, that one. Y you got 1 plus Z is equals to 20, like this. Then 3 plus 3, 6 plus 1, 7 plus Z is equals to 20. Then Z will be 20 minus 7, which is equals to 14. It's 13. 20 minus 7 is actually 13. So 13 students are Z. Then done. So you just fill in here. Then next, item 1, item If two students were selected at random on this one, find the probability that both enjoyed playing the guitar. So you go up there. How many enjoyed playing the guitar? Both enjoyed playing the guitar. In total, how many students do we have altogether? We have 40. That is the number of all possible outcomes. So it will be over 40. So those who enjoy playing the guitar, they are 20 out of 40. So it's 20 out of 40. So the first student, it will be 20 over 40. Then these ones, please, unless or otherwise stated, with replacement, always take S without replacement. So in this case, the first student has been chosen and has been removed. How many students are left? There will be 39, and to choose from, the guitar will be 19 because we've picked one from the guitar group. So it will be times the guitar, they are now 19 over 39. That's the second student, right? So you can use your calculator. 20 over 40, then times 19 over 30, 19 over 30, 39, 19 over 39 here. Then you get 19 over 78, 19 over 78. That will be your final answer. Or you can put it in decimal to three significant figures, 0.224244, like this, to three significant figures. Then done. Next question. Solve the equation 9m minus 1 is equals to 27. Right, these are equations involving indices. So to solve equations involving indices, make sure that the bases must be the same. That's what you have to do. The bases must be the same. So there's 9 on the left, there's 27 on the right. So can 27 be expressed in powers of 9? No. So we get back to 3, which means we express 9 is 3 squared. Then that m minus 1, it was already there, so we put it in brackets. Then 27 3 to the power 3, like this. Then same base, it means the powers are equal. You just equate the powers. It will be 2. Then m minus 1 is equals to 3. The powers, remove brackets, collect like terms, and simplify. Then this one, it will be 2m is equals to 3 plus 2. Then 2m is equals to 5. You divide by 2, you get your m is equals to 5 over 2. Or your m is 2.5, or 2.5, or 2.5. Then it will be done here. Done. Next question, number 5. Slokas, answer the whole of this question on page 13. What? Use ruler and compass only for all constructions and show clearly all construction lines and arcs. Then it should be done on a single diagram. Then construct on a single diagram parallelogram ABCD, AB 8 centimeters, BC 10 centimeters, and angle at B is 120 degrees. So first thing, you just have to draw a rough sketch. But before that, you have to know the properties of a shape that is known as a parallelogram. A parallelogram is a quadrilateral with a pair of opposite sides parallel and also equal. That's the concept based on the properties of a parallelogram. So a parallelogram is more like this. Let me draw my rough sketch here. Like this. So this angle 120 here is supposed to be here. That is angle at B. Then AB is 8 centimeters. I can put my A here. 120 degrees here. Then AB is 8 centimeters. Then BC is 10 centimeters. BC obviously is 10 centimeters. Then, right, what it means in this case, this side is parallel to this side, and also this side, they are equal to each other. So this side is equal to this side. Then this side is parallel to this side, and they're also equal to each other. So this side is equal to this side, which means this side is 8 centimeters. The same applied to this side is supposed to be 10 centimeters, like this. Done. All right, let's now draw the actual diagram here. What you do first is you come at B, you construct 90 degrees. Hey, my diagram looks like hey, nice one. So my rough sketch is exactly the same as this diagram. So at B, you construct, you want 120. So all angles, remember, they come from 60 degrees and 90 degrees. So you construct a 60 on this side of B. You open up your canvas. You can further reproduce this one if you are not sure. Then after that, you find your canvas. Then you open appropriate radius. Then you come at point B. You mark from this line going up there. Then you come at this point on the line that you have marked on the line. That's how you construct an angle of 60 degrees here. Then you join here. You join this arc without changing your radius. Then after that, join this point with B. This one is too serious now. Maybe something like that. So this angle will be 120 degrees, right? Approximately 120 degrees. Then after that, AB is already given is 8 centimeters. Is AB up there is 8 centimeters. Then we want to find where they see. So where they see, with your compass on your ruler, measure 8 centimeters on your ruler, right? So measure 8 centimeters on your ruler, like this one. Then you measure 8 centimeters with your compass. Then you come at point B. Then you mark on this line 8 centimeters. It's 10 centimeters, sorry. BC is 10 centimeters. So measure 10 centimeters on your ruler. So BC is 10. So you can mark maybe C somewhere here. So you put C here. Then the problem now is to find where there is D. To find D is easy. You come up here, right? CD here is 8 centimeters. Then AD is 10 centimeters. CD is 8 centimeters. So you come here, AD is 10 centimeters. So you measure 10 centimeters on your canvas. Then you put your canvas at point A here. Then you mark inside the quadrilateral like this. You put an arc like this. Then you go to CD is 8 centimeters. You also measure 8 centimeters on your ruler with your compass. Then you come at point C. Then you join this arc like this from C. Then after that, this point will represent D. Then you join the point from A. Then A. That will be your parallelogram. That will be your parallelogram. This side will parallel to this side and also equal. This side will parallel to this side and also equal to each other. Then done. Then next, construct on a single diagram. Chichi. Then the locus of points, item number 2, equidistance from B and C. B and C are two different points. So this one, you bisect line BC. You bisect line BC. So to bisect line BC, you come at B, you mark at point B with your canvas, you open your canvas halfway, then you mark down, you mark up here. So let me do it on an actual diagram. And also, the other thing is this angle will be 60 degrees also. Angles, opposite angles of or interior angles in this shape parallelogram, they are supplementary, which means they add up to 180 degrees. So if it's 120, then that one is 60. So let me go BC, locus of point equidistance from B and C. Right, you with your canvas, then above half, you mark inside, you mark this side. Then after that, you go at C without changing your radius. Then you join the two arcs. Then you find your ruler. You join. So this will be the locus of points equidistant from B and C. Then make sure your line is crossing your graph. Then done. Next, the bisector of ABC. Bisector of ABC, you bisect angle ABC here. ABC. So you come at B, then you with your canvas, you mark inside the quadrilateral like this on the lines which makes up the angle that you want to bisect. Then after that, let me change my ink here. After that, you come at this point on the line BC, then you mark inside, you come at this point on line BA, then you join, then you draw your line passing this point like this. So that's the bisector of angle ABC. Next, mark and label the point X that lies on the bisector of ABC, of angle ABC. So it's on the line on the bisector of ABC, and is equidistant from B and C. Equidistant, it means that's locus number, that's point number 1, and satisfies also B. So where the two lines meet, that's where the point X lies. Then let me check here where the two meet here. So they are meeting at this point. So you can mark, that's your X, done. Then number C, describe the locus that the bisector of ABC represents. If you bisect an angle, then that one, you've bisected an angle with B. So it's line AB and line BC makes up the angle. So what can be the description of this locus? We have a common point B. So you have bisected an angle at common point B. So this one is the locus of points equidistant from AB and BC. Locus of points equidistant from AB and BC. That's the description on part C here. Put your answer here. Then done. Then section B. Answer any 4 questions. Question number 6. Make X the subject of the formula. To make X subject, it must be X is called something. That's making X subject of the formula. Take note of that. So this one, first thing is to get rid of the denominator, which is X, which means you cross multiply or you multiply everything by X. If you can cross multiply, it will be YX or XY. XY is equals to P minus 2X. You multiply by X everything here. Then XX will cancel out. XX, you will be left with XY is equals to P minus 2X. So step by step. Then collect terms in X. Collect terms in X. We have XY here plus 2X. Then it's supposed is equals to P. Then there is X and X. You factor out X. Here is the common factor. Then you'll be left with Y plus 2 is equals to P. Then divide by Y plus 2 both sides. Then you'll be left with this one will cancel. X is equals to P over Y plus 2. Done. 3 marks. These are free marks. Right, then on this one, it's a circle geometry. In the diagram, A, B, C, D are points on the circumference of a circle with center O, C, D is the diameter of a circle, A, angle AOD, 50, everything is given there. Find OCA. Right, if you can see quadrilateral A, B, C, D, all of the point of the sides touches the circumference of a circle, then it will become a cyclic quadrilateral. A cyclic quadrilateral. Let me just work out all the angles here. Let me just work out all the angles, but we need OCA. OCA. Right, this angle here is 180 minus 50. Was the CD is the diameter. So 180 minus 50. Adjacent angles, it will be 130. 180 minus 50 is actually 130. Then this and this side, they are equal. This one forms an isosceles triangle. Also, this triangle and this triangle, triangle ODA, not AOD, it's an isosceles triangle because it's made up of 2 radii. Then also triangle AOC is an isosceles triangle. It's made up of 2 radius. If you can join radius, they form 2 isosceles triangles. Then let me find this angle, and this angle, they are the same. So to find them, you say 180 minus 130, then it will be 50. Then the answer is divided by 2. So 50 divided by 2, it will be 25 degrees. So this angle is 25. Also, this angle is 25 degrees, like this. Then let's find also the other angles on triangle AOD. This one, then this one. You say 180 minus 50, then you get 130. Then 130 divided by 2. 130 divided by 2, what do we get? 130, 130 divided by 2 is 65. So this angle is 65. Also, this angle is 65. Right. Then let me right away find angle. This angle here, ABC. ABC, we can say ABC plus ADO is equals to 180 degrees. Reason being, opposite angles of a cyclic quadrilateral, they are supplementary, which means they add up to 180 degrees, right? They add up to 180 degrees. So it will be ABC is equals to, you say 180 minus ADO, which is 65 here. 180 minus 65, 180 minus 65, you get 115. So this angle is 115 degrees, like this. Then you are left with these small angles here, this one and this one. How do you get it? Right, we have a diameter. So angle subtended by the diameter is 90 degrees, it's a right angle, which means this angle here is supposed to be 90 degrees, which means it's A here, C, and D. So angle CAD is 90 degrees. So to find this angle on this side here, we say 65 plus 25 from 90. So it's 90 minus 65 plus 25. 65 plus 25. This one is 50. Let me do this one. 50 from 180, you get 130 here. We get 130. Then 130. Then this one is 65 here. 130 divided by 2 is 65. So 65. Or 65 plus 25 is 90. So this one is already 90. So angle CAD is 90 degrees already. It's shown there. Then, so this one. Then what you do now is you want to find this angle here. How can you find this angle? There are parallel lines that has been indicated here. So use angles on parallel lines. Let me remove this thing. Then use angles on parallel lines. Z angles are equal. Z angles, they are the same. So which means this angle here is equal to this angle here, which is 25 here. Like this. So they are Z angles. Then to find this angle that is now missing, the smallest angle here on this one, you say 180 minus 115 plus 25. 115 plus 25. 180 minus 115 plus 25. You get 40 degrees. So this one is 40 degrees. Like this. So it's 40 degrees. Then I'm done with all the triangles inside this quadrilateral. Then you just answer the questions now which follow. Then next, let me just move on to the next question. Question number 7. The table shows of values for the function y is equals to 1 over 2x, then 5 minus x. Right. So this one, parents calculate the value of p. P is the point of y, or the value of y when x is equal to 3. So you just put x3, you find y. So you say on p, it will be p is equals to 1 over 2. Where there is this one, you put 3 here. Then you put 5 minus 3. So where there is x, you put 3. So this one the same as is 3 over 2. 5 minus 3 is 2. Then 2 and 2 cancel out, so get p is equals to 3. So this one is 3. Done. Right, next question. Answer this part of the question on the grid on page 17. Draw the graph of y is equals to Chichi. Then x from minus 1 to 6. Then y from minus 4 to 4. Done. Use the graph to estimate the maximum value of y. So first thing, you have to draw your graph. Let me just go right away to avoid wasting time here. To the graph here. The table of values is here. So it's x minus 1, y minus 3, x0, y0, minus 1, minus 3, 0, 0, 1, 2. Minus 1, minus 3, zero, zero, minus 1, minus 3, then 0, 0, 1, 2, 2, 3, 1, 2, 2, 3, 1, 2, then 2 and 3, then next 3, 2 and 3, then 3 and 3, 3, 3, 4, 2, 3, 3, 4, 2, 5, 0, 3, 3, 3, 3, 4, 2, 5, 0, then last point 6 minus 3, 6 minus 3, it's here. Then join your graph. Join your graph here. Let me just my graph is looking very nice. Very powerful graph. Then after drawing a graph, you have to label your graph. You have to label your graph. It's y is equals to half x minus half x, then 5 minus x. Please remember to label your graph. Remember to label your graph. Then done. Then next question. Use the graph to estimate the maximum value of y. Maximum value of y. Then you go down here. Maximum value. This graph is more symmetrical, right? So it occurs when x is equals in between is 2.5 here. When x is 2.5. So just find y when x is equals to 2.5. So what is y when x equals to 2.5? So you write here maximum value. So you say y is equals to half x 2.5 times 5 minus 2.5. So it will be equal to, then you punch in your calculator, 2.5 divided by 2, then times 5 minus 2.5 is 2.5. So it will be 3.125. 3.125. To three significant figures is 3.13. 3.13 like this, done. Right, then next question, find the range of values of x for which y is positive. The range of values for which y is positive. That's C item 2. Check on your graph where y is positive. So let me, it's from this point, from x0 to x5, right? So x between 0 and 5, the graph is above the x-axis. So the value of x when y is positive is from 0 to 5. So x from 0 to 5. So you write x from 0 to 5. That's the range of values of x for which y is positive. Then next question. By drawing a suitable straight line, solve the equation. That one, 1 over x, 5 minus x is equals to 1. X is x minus 1. So what you do, this one represents the equation of our original graph. This graph that we have already drawn. Then, so what you have to do here, you just make sure this one is the same as this one. So you write 1 over 2x 5 minus x is equals x plus 1, x minus 1. Then you take your original graph, that one is half x, 5 minus x is equals to y. So you present them in the same way, right? Because it was y is equals to this one, y is equal to this one. So you start with this one so that it will be the same as the equation that you want to solve. That's how you do it. Then this left side is the same, which means the right side must be the same. So y is equals to x minus 1. So what you just do, you draw the line y is equals to x minus 1. Let's go to our graph to draw the line y is equals to x minus 1. Y is equals to x minus 1. You just say when y is equals, when x is 0 here, we put 0, then y will be minus 1. So x0, y minus 1, you plot the point x0, y minus 1, 0, y minus 1, you plot here. Then next, when y is 0, you put y0, x minus 1, then 1 is equals to x. So x equals to 1, so there's 1 and 0. When x is 1, when y is 0, x is 1. So at this point, then you join the two. Like this. So this will be the line you label it. Y is equals to x minus 1. Right. So to find the solutions, you find the points where this graph or this line cuts the original graph. In this case, we have 2 points. We have this point here. And this point here. So what is x here? X is each box on the, even on both axes, represents is 1 divided by 10 is 0.1. So x here is 0.1, 0.2, 0.3, 0.4, 0.5. So it's minus 0.5. Then x on this one, it will be 3.1, 3.2, 3.3, 3.4, 3.5. So x minus 0.5 or x equals 3.5. So x is equals to minus 0.5 or x is equals to 3.5. Then in that case, we can say you have solved this equation. Done. Then next question, question number 8a, show that equation reduces to 3x squared plus 3x minus 4 is equals to 0. Right, what do you do? These are called equations fractions. To solve equations fractions, you can express the left side under one denominator, the right side also under one denominator, or we can just multiply by the lowest common multiple of the denominators. In this case, the lowest common multiple of the denominators is x 1 minus x. Let me just do it that way. It's easier that way. So x, then 1 minus x. So this one is the lowest common multiple of the denominators. So you multiply everything by this. So you say you multiply here 2 over 1 minus x minus x, then 1 minus x. You multiply this one with 4 over x. You also multiply 3 times x, then 1 minus x. So everything. Then if you can multiply here, let's cancel out here. So it will be 1 minus x, 1 minus x. You'll be left with 2 times x, 2x minus. Then x na x will cancel out. We'll be left with 4. Then 1 minus x here is equals to, remove the brackets, 3x minus 3x squared. Then remove this bracket, 2x minus 4 plus 4 is equals to 3x minus 3x squared. Then put all terms to the left side, and the right side there must be a 0 here. We have to show it will be 3x squared. We start with the x squared, then plus 2x here, then there's an x here, then plus 2x, then plus 4x here, then there's a 3x here, then minus 3x, this one is 3x here, then this one, take this one to this side, then it will be minus 4 is equals to 0. Like this. So you take this one minus 4 is here, is minus 4 here. Then let me change my. Then you say 3x squared, 2x plus 4x is 6x, 6x minus 3x is 3x, plus 3x minus 4 is equal to 0. So shown is still is the same as this one. Done. Solve the equation giving the answer correct to 3 significant figures. This one, you have to use the quadratic formula. And these are 5 marks, hey, quadratic formula. Quadratic formula, you express this one in the form of ax squared plus bx plus c is equal to 0, which means a is the one that is a square. The coefficient of x squared is a, which means a lists the values. A is equal to 3, then b is equal to 3, c is equal to minus 4, like this. Then by quadratic formula, you say x is equal to minus b plus or minus the square root of b squared minus 4ac all over 2a. Then now substitute. X is equal to minus b is 3, where there's b put 3, plus or minus square root of, where there's b is 3 squared, minus 4, a is 3, c is minus 4, all over 2 times a, 2 times 3. Then it will be equals to, right, minus 3, you maintain it, plus or minus, simplify the brackets first, the square root first, it will be 9, minus and minus, it will be a plus here. Then 4 times 3 times 4, 4 by 3 by 4. 4 by 3 by 4, you get 48, over 2 by 3, it's 6. Then let's move to this side. It will be minus 3, x is equals to minus 3, plus or minus square root of 48 plus 40 plus 9, it will be 57. It will be 57, then over 6. Then you say x is equals to minus 3 minus root 57 over 6, or minus 3 plus root of 57 over 6. Then you punch in your calculator, you get the values. Then when punching in your calculator, please put this in the brackets if you want to punch. Or the best thing actually is just punch the numerator, minus 3, you say minus 3, then minus root of 57, then you say divided by 6. To 3 significant figures is minus 1.776. Then the other one, you say minus 3 plus root of 57. Then you press your equal sign first. You press the equal sign, then you say divided by 6. Then it will be 0.758 to 3 significant figures. Done. Next part, part B. The diagram shows the unshaded region. This one is the linear programming. These are graphs of inequalities. Then the region R defined by 3 inequalities, one of which is y is equals to, this one is an equal sign. Y is equals to 4 minus x. Which graph is this one? If you can see, if y, to prove y is equals to 4 minus x, you can just prove it to identify the graph. You say when x is 0 here, what is y is 4. So this one, it passed through this point 0, 4. Then you can say when y is 0 here, what will be x? X, if you can put x there, it will be x4. So it means this is the line. So this is the graph. So that's y is equals to 4 minus x. Then it means the other two graphs, this one and this one, they have to be defined. We have to define them. Then they say write down the other two inequalities. Right, the other one is easy. This line here, it passes where x is equals to 4, right? So you just write, it's the line equation of the line is x is equals to 4. Then the inequality now, you write x here. Let me write here like x here, then you write 4 here. All right. Then you choose the inequality sign that you have to put. So first thing, check. Is your line bold or dotted? Is bold, which means there is or equal to. Then the side that is unshaded is the one that defines our inequality. Is it the right side or the left side? Left side is the less than, right side is the greater than. Then the unshaded here is the left side, which means is the left side the less than side which is needed. So you put less than here. Then since it's bold, you put or equal to. Then done. Then the second inequality, this line, you have to find the equation of this line. To find the equation of the line, you write y is equals to mx plus c. Then y is equals, m is the gradient. So let's find the gradient of this line here. Increase in y over increase in x. You form our triangle like this. So increase in y here over x here. That's our gradient. So from 4 to 0, it's minus 4. Since we are going down on the negative of y. Then over from 0 to 8, it's over positive 8x. Then plus c, that's the point where the graph cuts the y-axis. It cuts where y is equals to 4. So 4. Then if you can simplify this, you get y is equals to minus half x plus 4. So to write it, you write y is equal, you don't write the equal sign first. Let's choose the inequality sign that you are supposed to put here. So you write y, then you write minus half x plus 4. Then let's choose the inequality that we are going to put there. So that's the line, right? What is shaded on this line is below the line. So below the line, that's the shaded, that's the unshaded part. The shaded is above the line. Above is greater than, below is less than. So the less than side is the needed region. So that is the one that defines our inequality. So it's less than. Then the line, is it bold or dotted? It's bold. You put or equal to, like this. Done. Then next question, or next part. Right, they say find the maximum value of 3y plus x given that x and y satisfy these inequalities. Right, so if these values satisfies the inequality, it means they must be found inside the triangle, the region R in this case. So you find the furthest points here. So our lines are bold, so you can take this point here. Let me use red here. So I take this point here. So this point is 4, 2. x4, y2, x4, y2. And this one is 3y plus x, which means y must have the greatest or the largest possible value. Then this one also can take, this one is 4, is 0, 4. Right, can it give us the largest possible value? This one can't give us. We can try 2 or 2, 3 here. X2, y3. Both supposed to be 3y plus x. So where there's y, you're supposed to put the value of y. In this case, you can put 3, then plus 2. So if you can say 3 times 3 plus 2, 3 times 3 is 9. 9 plus 2 is 11. So here it gives 11 on this one. On this one, you put 2. 3 times 2 plus 4. 3 times 2 is 6 plus 4 is 10. So this one gives 10. Then this one is 0 and 4. It gives us 4. So the maximum, you can take 2 and 3. Right? So you can take 2 and 3. It makes sense that way. So y must be the largest one. Find the maximum value of which satisfy. So the maximum value is on the point 2, 3, which is equals to 3 times 3 plus 2, which is equals to 11. Then done. Next question. Question number 9. These are brackets and these are vectors. So they say if v is equals to 8u and the magnitude of v is equals to 17, in vectors that one represents the magnitude, but in matrices it represents the determinant of a matrix. But these are vectors, so its determinant is the magnitude of a vector. Find the two possible values of u. Right, magnitude, you say square root of 8 squared plus u squared is equals to 17. That's how I find magnitude. Then to remove the square root, this one, let me just put 84. 8 squared is what? Let me just put 8 squared, which is 64 here. plus u squared is equal to 17. Then to get rid of the square root, we square both sides. So it says square here, then you square here. So it will be 64 plus u squared is equals to 17 squared. 17 times 17, you get 289. Right, so it will be u squared is equals to 289 minus 64. Just say minus 64 here. It will be 225. U squared is equals to 225. Then to get rid of the square, you put square roots. So you put square root here. Then u is equals to square root of 225 is 15. It's plus or minus 15. So it's minus 15 or plus 15. Done. Next, these are vectors. In the diagram, xz is equals to p, xy is equals to q is given. So reading the statements when it comes to vectors is very, very crucial. It's important. And m is the point on yz such that 3ym is equals to yz. 3 times ym is equals to yz. Right? Which means 3 times ym is yz. Then express yz as simply as possible in terms of p and or q. P and or q, it means they can be p only or q only or both p and q. Right, so what do you do? We want to find yz. Vectors, they have order, they have direction. So yz is goes from y to z. You say yx, you go this one plus xz. So it's yx plus xz. Then which is equals to yx. What is yx? It's against the arrow. It's so it will be minus xy. So it will be minus q plus xz. Xz is p. Right, then writing here start with the positive. It will be p minus q. Like this. So always start with the positive, unless or otherwise maybe they are all negatives. Then in that case you have no option. But always start with the positive to avoid errors, confusion when working with negative numbers. Right, then B, 2, express ym as simply as possible in terms of P, Q, and OR. Ym, let's go up here. Ym here is here, there's a statement here. We have found yz here. So you can just say, here, you can substitute. You just say 3ym is equals to yz is P minus Q. Right, then you substitute here, so it will be divided by 3 here. You divide by 3 here. So it will be ym is equals to 1 over 3 of p minus q, right? Or we can say 1 over 3p, remove the brackets, minus 1 over 3q. So it's 1 over 3p minus 1 over 3q. 1 over 3p minus 1 over 3q is 1/3 of yz. Then done. Next, xm. Find xm here. Right, xm as simply as possible. Xm, let's go up there where there is xm. Right, xm we can say it's xy plus ym. Since we find our ym here, you say xm plus xy plus ym. Xm is xy plus ym, which is because xy is it not p? It's q. Q plus ym, we've worked it out here. So it's p plus 1 over 3p minus 1 over 3q. So simplifying this one, p plus 1 over 3, it will be p plus 1 over 3. 3 over 3 plus 1, so it will be 4 over 3. P minus 1 over 3 q. Like this. Xy is q. Xy is q, not p. So this one is supposed to be q here. So you collect like terms here. It will be q minus. Now it will be q minus 1 over 3q. What do you get here? Is 2 over 3. Q plus 1 over 3p. So like that. That will be your vector. Xm. Then next, Next, given that n is the point such that xn is equals hxz, express xn in terms of h and p. You just write xn is equals h, then open bracket, then you put xz. You put xz there. So it's either xz is given or we have worked it out. Xz here is given on the statement is p. So you just put p where there's xz, right? So it's hp. That's xz. So it's hp. Done. Then next, given also that xm is hp plus kq, use the two expressions for xm to find the value of h and the value of k. So xm is equals to hp plus kq. Then use the values, two expressions for xm. Right? Item, where is our other xm here? It's on item 3 here. We have found xm here. Then the other one is given here. So we say on item 3, it will be, you equate. So you take xm on item 3, it will be 2 over 3q plus 1 over 3p is equals to hp plus kq, like this. Then after that, you just equate, right? You just equate. What is our main vectors are p and q. That's the one that are given on our diagram, right? On our triangle of vectors. So in this case, just equate. Coefficient of p on the left side is equals to coefficient of p on the right side, which means p here, we have this one and this one. It means h is equals to 1 over 3. Then coefficient of q on this side is equals to coefficient of q on this side. So k is equals to 2 over 3, like this. So h is 1 over 3, k is 2 over 3. Then done. Next, write down the numerical value of xn over nz. Xn over nz, right? We check xn here. What is xn? Is hp over nz. So you write hp here over nz. Where is nz? nz. N, what is n here? nz. In the diagram, m is a point. So we want to find nz. We have worked it out somewhere. Right, so nz is not worked out. So it means you have to work it out if it's not there. So let's find nz using the information that is there. So to find nz here, you say nz, you can say ny plus yz, but ny, do we have ny? Or you can say nx plus xy plus yz. Do you have those things? So you go with the root that are values that are given. Right, let's check ny or yn. Yn, if you worked yn, that's how you do it. You checked yn here. Alright, so let's just use xn. Xn is given is, let me just write xn here, is hp. Okay, let me just use this one. Let me write it here. Other the expressions are not there. So hp here, then, so if xn is hp, then xz is p. So from xz is p, like this one. So you say, so this one, it will be hp over p, right? So it will be hp over p, which is because hp will cancel out, so it will be h. What will be our h here? Our h is actually 1/3, so it's 1 over 3. So you say it will be 1 over 3, which is 1:3. Like this. Then the next question, question number 10. Answer the whole of this question on page 24. The triangle LMN is vertices L31, M22, N01. Draw and label triangle LMN. Then let me draw this triangle LMN. 31, 22, 01. 31, 22, 01. 31, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. It's here. So 3, 1, 2, 2, and 0, 1. Then 1, 2, 2 is here, and 0, 1. X0, Y1. So let's draw this triangle. Like this. Then this triangle is what? Let me label the sides. It's L, M, and N. L, M, and N. L, M, N. So that's one mark for this triangle. Then next, triangle LMN is mapped onto triangle L1, M1, N1 by reflection in the line y is equals x. Draw y is equals 1. Then draw and label triangle L1, M1, N1. But first, draw the line y is equals 1. So let's draw the line y is equals 1. Then we just want to answer these two questions. So draw the line y is equals 1. Then reflect triangle LMN on this line y is equals 1. So you draw the line y is equals 1. You just go where there's y1 here. Then you draw like this one. Then you label y is equals to 1. Then let's now reflect that triangle on this line. How can you reflect that triangle on this line now? Right, you mark this point, N and L, they are still there. Then M, it will be where there's 2 here. Distance of the image from the line of reflection is exactly equal to the distance of the original point from that same line of reflection. That's what you have to understand under reflection. So the triangle, it will be like this. So that's a reflection. So this one will be M1, and that one N1 will be here, and L1 will also be where there's L, like that. So that will be a triangle. Then next question, triangle LMN is mapped onto triangle by a rotation through 180 degrees about the origin, about the point -1, 0. Draw and label triangle L2, M2, N2. Rotation, what you do, first thing you mark the center of rotation. This one is the best when you are using your protractor. That's the best. So please just use the protractor, and 90 degrees. This one is it clockwise or anti-clockwise? It's 180. So it's straight. So it's 180 straight. So you mark the center of rotation -1, 0. This one. Then after marking -1, 0, then this one I can just use even a ruler straight edge because it's 180 degrees, right? So it's 180 degrees. Even the point, this one point will be it's 180 degrees. So 180 degrees from the center. If you can join the line, this line here, so the angle here must be 180 degrees like this, right? So it means that point will be here. And the distance from the center of rotation is actually the same, image and original point, right? Then C, it will be straight here. Which triangle was rotated here in this case? Triangle LMN, so about -1, 0. So it's LMN. So this one, the L also is supposed to be rotated. So you have to measure the distance here, and the distance too is supposed to be straight somewhere here. Right, so if I can see, I think it's supposed to be somewhere here. Then after that, we have m here is also through the same line of rotation, because it's 180 degrees, right? Both on L it's 180, this one. Then on that one it will be 180 going right away. Oh, this line is serious now. Straight here, so it's supposed to be somewhere there on this line. Then you measure the distance from this point to this point, then distance from this point to somewhere point here, right? Then you can draw a triangle. I think it's supposed to be somewhere here. Then you can draw a triangle that has been rotated through 90 degrees about the point -1. This one is not the point. The point -1, 0. So it's this one. So the first one, this one, so it's supposed to be here. Then the second one, this one through the center, this one the center, -1, 0. Center is -1, 0. Please take note. So it's supposed to be somewhere here. Then measure the distance. This one is 180 degrees. Then also this C is through this center of rotation. It's somewhere there. So the angle must also be 180 degrees. Then you measure the distance from C, from the center to C, then from the center to the image of C. The distance must be the same. Please take note of that. Right, then next question. Triangle L3M3N3, the image of triangle LMN under transformation represented by the matrix P. That one. Then the matrix is, these are brackets. So these are brackets. This one actually is a stretch. So this one is a stretch in the x direction with the y-axis invariant. So this one is a stretch in the y direction. In the x direction, goes the x value -2, stretch factor -2. In the x direction, with the stretch factor of -2, and invariant line is y-axis, like this. Then draw and label triangle L3M3N3. Right, to draw the image under a stretch, what you can just do, the easiest way, without using the stretch factor, is just multiply the coordinates or the original points of LMN with this matrix. So triangle LMN is this one. L point is 3, 1. So you say -2, 0, 0, 1. You multiply with L to get the image coordinate of L with 3, 1. Then you say -2 times 3 plus 0 times 1. -2 times 3 is -6. Then plus 0 times 1 plus 0. Then here 0 times 3 plus 1 times 1. 0 times 3 is 0 plus 1 times 1 is 1. So the image coordinate, it will be -6, 1. That's the image coordinate of L. So it's L3. Then after finding L3, we can find M3. So that one was L3. Then M3, you multiply the same matrix, -2, 0, then 0, 1, multiplied by M, which is 2, 2 here. Then if you can multiply here, what do you get? -2 times 2 is -4, plus 0 times 2 is 0. Let me just put it like this. Then 0 times 2 is 0, plus 1 times 2 is 2. So it's -4, 2. Then now you have to find the image coordinate of n. So n is 0, 1, n, which is n3. So 0, 1. So you multiply minus 2, 0, 0, 1 with 0, 1. With 0, 1 here. So it will be minus 2 times 0 plus 0 times 1. It's 0 here. Then 0 times 0 plus 1 times 1 is 1 here. Like this. Then done. So it's 0, 1. So that's N3. So in this case, we have L3 is minus 6, 1. That's L3. So you plot the points. Then M3 is minus 4, 2. Then N3 is 0, 1. Is 0, 1. So the question is saying, draw and label triangle L3, M3, N3. Draw and label this triangle. So you go down here. First is minus 6, 1. Minus 6, 1. Then minus 4, 2. Minus 6 and 1. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. So it's somewhere here. Minus 6, 1. Then next, minus 4, 2. It's minus 4, 2. Then 0, 1. 0, 1. X, 0, Y, 1. Then you join. So this will be a triangle. This will be a triangle. Then you label the sides there. You label the sides. So minus 6. So it's L3, M3, and N3. So this one is L3, M3, and N3. Yeah? You label a triangle. So that's a stretch in the x direction with the y-axis invariant line. Stretch factor minus 2. Done. Right. Then next question. Describe fully the single transformation P which maps triangle LMN onto L3, M3, N3. I've already explained this one, right? So I've said it's a stretch. Actually, it's a one-way stretch, right? One-way stretch. One-way stretch. One-way stretch in x direction or in the x-axis. In x-axis. Then y-axis invariant line or fixed line or unchanged line. Invariant line. Then stretch factor of minus 2. Then done. That's the explanation. Then next question, question number 11. The marks obtained by 80 students in a mathematics test are shown in the table. Then estimate the mean mark for the student, right? This is group data. To work out group data, first you have to find the midpoint. Midpoint, you say here, for example, midpoint for 0 to 20. You say 0 plus 20 over 2, which is equals to 10. So the midpoint here is 10. Write your midpoint there. Then the next one, 20 to 30. You say 20 plus 30 is 50 divided by 2 is 25. Then 30 plus 40 is 35 here. Then here is 45. You can just see the sequence. This one obvious is 55 here. Here is 65, 75, 85, then 95. So it's the sequence, it's logic. Right, then the mean mark, you say mean is equals total of frequency times the midpoint. That is the value of x. In this case, is m over the total of frequency. So you say 10 the midpoint times the frequency, which is 0, plus 25 times 5, midpoint times frequency, plus another midpoint, 35 times 19, plus 45 times 18, plus another one, 55 times 16, plus 65 times 14, plus 75 times 4 plus 85 by 2 plus 95 by 2 over total frequency. Total frequency, it's 0 plus 5. It will give you 80, but rest 0 plus 5 plus 19 plus 18 plus 16 plus 14 plus, working is very important, plus 4 plus 2 plus 2. But just know that this total will give you 80 students. Yeah, it's supposed to be 80, the total number of students, right? Then you say over 80, then you add the numerator. Say 10 times 0 is 0, then 25 times 5 plus 35 times 19 plus 45 times 18 plus 55 times 16 plus 65 times 14 plus 75 times 4 plus 85 times 2 plus 95 times 2. You get 4050 divided by 80, you get is 4050 here. Then divide by 50, you get 50.6 to 3 significant figures is 50.6. Then done. Then next, the following is an incomplete cumulative frequency table for the distribution. Find the value of Q. The value of Q is in the class of M, is less than 80, right? So what you do here, you can put your own cumulative frequency on this side here. That's the easiest actually. You can put your line with your own cumulative frequency here. Use your pencil so that you can just rub off after you're done. Then the first one, you just write 0 here. Then the next, you say 0 plus 5. It will be 5. Then the next 5 plus 19. It will be 24. 24 plus 18. It will be 42 here. Then 42 plus 16. It will be 58. 58 plus 14, next one, plus 14. It will be 72. 72 plus 4 is 76. 76 plus 2 is 78. Plus 2 is 80. Like this. So you can check now where there is your, it's less than what? N is less than Q. It's less than 80. Less than 80. So you come here, the values that are less than 80 here, it's here. So it's 76. 76. Done. Then next, answer the whole this part on the question on the grid on page 27. Draw a cumulative frequency curve to illustrate this information, showing your method clearly on the graph. Use your graph to estimate the median mark. Alright, so to draw now, we have less than 20. You just plot 20 and 0, 30 and 5, 20 and 0, then 35, 40, 24, 20, 0, 35. So you come here, 20 and 0, 30 and 5, x20, x20, y 0, 30 and 5, 30 and 5, then 40 and 24, 30 and 5, 30 here, and 5. Each small box here represents is 20. You say 20 divided by 10 is 2. So each small box represents 2 units. So 30 and 5, it means 2, 2, 4, 5 is somewhere here. Then 40 and what? 40 and 24 and 50 and 42. Let me just take a peek. 40, 24, then 50, 42, 40, 24, 40 and 24 here, 50, 50, 42, 60, 58, 42, 60, 58, 70, 72, 76, 72, 76, 78, 72, 72, 76, 74, 76, 78, 78 is what here? 90 and 78, then 180, 90 and 78, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 180 like this. So this will be your graph. It's a nice graph, eh? So that's the graph done. Then next question. Showing your method clearly on the graph, use your graph to estimate the median mark. Median is say n over 2. That's the median. So you say n over 2. Location of the median. N is 80, so it's 80 over 2, which means 40. So the fourth value, that defines the median. So the median, you go where there is 40 here. You put dotted lines. So the number that is down here, approximately, that's the median. So it's 40, 42, 44, 46, 48, it's 50. So median is 50. Done. Next, estimate the number of students whose marks were more than 45% but less than 75%. More than 45, so it's from 45 to 75. 45 to 75. You come with this 45 here. 45, 42. So this one is 20, 22, 24, 26, 28, 30, 32, 34. So let's say something minus 34 here. Then it was less than 70, 45 to 75. Then 75. 75 is somewhere 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 2, 4 here on this part. Right, somewhere here. You do this with your ruler. It's an estimate, right? What's the number here? It's 62, 4, 6, 8, 70, 72, 74. So it's 74 minus 34, you get 0, you get 40. So there are about 40 students. So 40 students. You have to show all these lines, right, on your graph. These lines that I was putting, you have to show them on your graph. And those arrows, you have to show them on your graph. Then next, question number 12. Take pi to be 22 over 7. A right cone made of paper has a base radius of 8 centimeters and a slant height of 10 centimeters. Calculate the perpendicular height of the cone. Perpendicular height of the cone. We can sketch our cone here. It's like this. then this one is the diameter, then you have this one perpendicular height of the cone, 90 degrees here. So let me label whatever is relevant. So a right cone is made up of paper, has a base radius of 8 centimeters, 8 centimeters here. Slant height is this one, 10 centimeters. That's the slant height here. Slant height, there's 10 centimeters. So a cone usually makes a right angle triangle, right? A hair like this. Then they say calculate the perpendicular height of the cone. One this height, you can call it h. Use Pythagoras. There's a right angle triangle. So you say h squared plus 8 squared is equals to 10 squared. Then it will be h squared plus 64 is equals to 100. H squared is equals to 100 minus 64. Then h squared is equals 100 minus 64. 100 minus 64. What do you get here? 36. Then to remove the square, you put square root, square root. So h is equals to square root of 36, which is equals to 6. Done. That's the height. Then next, calculate the curved surface area of the cone. Curved surface area, you are given here. Where L, this one is the slant height. Please take note. Is the slant height of the cone. Is the slant height of the cone. So it's pi RL. That's the curved surface area. So it's pi RL, which is equals to 22 over 7 times radius is 8 times slant height is 10, which is equals to, if you can simplify this one, 22 times 8 times 10 divided by 7, you get 251. Right, to 3 significant figures is 251. Then done. Next, calculate the volume of the cone. Volume of the cone were given there. V is equals to 1 over 3 pi r squared h, which is equals to 1 over 3 times pi is 22 over 7 times radius 8 times is 8 times 8, 8 squared, then times height. Height, that's the perpendicular height of the cone. Is the one that will be used on volume, right? Which is h, which is 6 that we found here. That's the one for volume. Then simplifying this one, you get 3 into 3 into 6 is 2. So you say 22 times 8 squared times 8 times 8 times 2. Then divide by 7. It will be 2, 816 over 7. Divide by 7. What do you get here? To 3 significant figures is 402. Then the units are given. Next, the cone is cut open to make a sector ABC of a circle center O, as shown in the diagram. So the cone is cut open. If the cone is cut, it means this sector. Then let me go to the question. It's saying calculate reflex AOC. Reflex AOC is this one. Right, let me go up. The cone is cut open to make the sector ABC of a circle center O, as shown in the diagram. Right, so the radius of the cone is the radius of this item, right? So the radius was 8 centimeters. So this one is 8 centimeters, 8 centimeters like this. Then the circumference, that is the distance from this point to this point, is the same. From this point to this point, the distance is actually the same. So you find the circumference of a sector here, which is equals to the base of this cone. The base of a cone is a circle, so the circumference is the area of a circle, which is 2 pi r. Right, so it's 2 pi r down here. So circumference length AC from this side to this side is 2 pi r, which is equals to 2 times 22 over 7 times radius, which is 8 radius is 8 centimeters. Then you can get that item, right? Then it will be 22 times 2 times 8. What do you get? Over 7. 2 times 22 times 8 is equals to, then divide by 7, so it's 50.3. That's the distance going down there. So it's 50.3 centimeters, right?